Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'll be doing is this is going to be my Ohio State versus Michigan State game reaction, kind of going through, react to the game. Ohio State, they won the game 38-7. It was a little bit slow in the first half. Turnovers galore, and not just from Ohio State, but Michigan State, we were forcing turnovers, and we were also throwing picks, fumbling the ball. There was a lot of mess in the first half. Second half, they kind of started to pull away. A couple of names we need to talk about. Jerimiah Smith, that dude is a dog. We already knew he was a dog, but now he's a dog times 10. Will Howard actually looked a lot better in this game, besides the one pick. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the defense, I've been saying it all season long. I even said it last season. I've been saying it the seasons beforehand. They are a bend but don't break defense, and they showed it in this game. But as always, I'm going to go ahead and go through the game, kind of talk about it, give my reaction, give my opinion on kind of like my emotions from the first half, second half, from the whole entire game, from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. What I was feeling, was there anything important that we need to talk about? Certain players, like I said, Jerimiah Smith, Will Howard, defense, kind of what was the mindset going into this game? Did everybody kind of do with their jobs? Pretty much just like a whole entire game reaction, just kind of talk about the game itself. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to go straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, like I said, Ohio State 38, Michigan State 7. If I said going into this game that I was not nervous, I was confident, we were going to kick the living shit out of them, I'd be lying to you. There was a part of me that said, okay, Michigan State team that's 3-1 could have very easily been 4-0. They're a good team. I think they're going to be a really good team this year. I think they have a chance to possibly maybe go, after watching them these first few weeks, the coach they have, he's a really good coach. I think they got a chance to go like 8-4, 9-3 this season. Now they're 3-2. I think probably 8-4 is like where they're probably going to finish. Maybe they go 7-5. But I think 8-4. Like, this is a good football team. We had a challenge on our hands, and it showed because, like I said, first half, the first drive, we were going down the field, we were marching, we were making easy throws, making nice runs. We got down the field, but we settled for a field goal because we couldn't capitalize in the red zone. Then when we went up 10-0, I was like, okay, we're looking pretty good. But then we had the turnover. I believe it was the Will Howard turnover. And it was a bad pick. I think it was like 3rd and 12 or something that he just threw a dumb interception. My bad, not even 3rd and 12. I think it was actually 3rd and 4. He threw a pick, and it was a very bad interception. It was one of those where it's like, he didn't even really have much pressure in his face. He could have just sat there, and if he gets sacked, he gets sacked. We punt the ball away, live to see another day. And if there was no pressure, just keep looking. Give your receivers time to go around and get open. He threw it to a Mecca, I believe, and it was just bad double coverage, and it got picked off. That was one of those pit balls where it's like, I think even Ryan Day said when the ball caught out of his hands and he looked over, saw double coverage, he was just like, oh, fuck me. Now, I will say this. The first couple drives, especially this drive right here, I pretty much was like locked in. I was like, okay, we are going to win this game so easily. Because especially this drive here, when I say bend but don't break defense, the defense let them cruise down the field. That run from the running back, I forget whose name it was, right here, Nate Carter. That boy was running the hell out of the ball. And the quarterback from Michigan State, he's no slouch either. He can run the ball well. But like I said, Michigan State, they went right down the field. They got into the field goal range. They were at the 20-yard line, got the 4th and 1. I was thinking, settle for a field goal, Michigan State. Let's put this. If it goes 3-3, we got a ball game on our hands. For some reason, they decided to go for it. I don't know why, because Sonny Styles said hello to the quarterback. They tried a quarterback sneak, and it wasn't really 4th and 1. It was like 4th and 1.5. So it was more than a quarterback sneakable, manageable down. They tried a quarterback sneak. He jumped over the line. Sonny Styles right there met him, and he went backwards. Great stop by the defense. Like I said, we went back down the field. We got a touchdown, and this is where it got a little bit messy. Like I said, they got the fumble. I believe it was Ransom. Punched that ball out from the tight end. The tight end, they were going to be out, I think, at like the 10-yard line or something like that. And it was pretty nice to see a turnover happen because we could not get turnovers these first couple games. But then, like I said, Will Howard threw that pick. They ran back. And just like that, it was like Michigan State, I believe it was like a bubble screen. They threw it out to the side. Igminosa, I think it's the corner for Ohio State. He tried to tackle him. He couldn't get anything on him, and they went in for a touchdown. In that moment, I won't lie, I was a little bit nervous. I was wondering, like, are we in some deep shit right now? But it was like Ohio State pretty much said, okay, fuck this. 4 plays, 75 yards. We went straight down that field, and it was like everything for Michigan State's hope that they thought they had this game possible to win, it went straight out the window. And you can pretty much call this drive the Jerimiah Smith drive because 20 yards to Jerimiah Smith right there. The next play, we got a holding call at G. Scott. I don't agree with the call. It was one of those where it was like a rollout, and G had to kind of like follow Will, follow him, follow, keep blocking. It was one of those where he put G. Scott in a bad situation, I think. Then it's like, okay, 1st and 20. Whatever. We've scored on 1st and 20s before. We're going to hand the ball off to Travion Henderson, and he's going to fucking run this ball 37 yards and make it look easy. Then on 2nd and 1, when we were ready to score, Jerimiah Smith again. Here you go. Reverse jet sweep. Take it around. Score it for us. And we have got to talk about that score from Jerimiah Smith at halftime, right before the half. Him going down there, I believe, what was it? Was this play here? Yeah. From the 44 line. 44-yard line, 27 yards, chucked it down there. That was one of those moments where Will Howard was just like, fuck it, Jeremiah's right there. Jeremiah's down there somewhere. Toss it up. He made an incredible one-handed catch, brought that sucker in. I was at that moment like, okay, catch of the year. That dude's nuts. Little did I know this guy could get better. He goes out there again, and this time not even with Will Howard, because Will Howard, I believe right here on the incomplete pass on the second down, he got the shit knocked out of him. I don't think he's hurt or anything. If anything, maybe a bruised rib, because he took a shot. Let me tell you something. He took a shot. Linebacker coming through the gap, and it was a clean tackle. I'll say that. It wasn't no dirty tackle. It was a clean tackle. He just gave him a shot. Will Howard got the wind knocked out of him, and I'm pretty sure every football player, whether you're a quarterback, running back, receiver, you've all had the wind knocked out of you. Will Howard had to sit out of down because he just, I guess, wasn't feeling good, or because I don't know if there's a college rule where it's like if you're down for a play, you have to come out at least one play. So Devin Brown, the backup, goes in, and what does he do? Throws a dart over the corner, up where Jeremiah Smith can go in and get it again. He had his hand being held, and he grabs that ball with one hand. Could have been pass interference, like I said, his hand getting held, grabs that ball out of the air, touchdown. Jeremiah Smith is a problem for opposing defenses. In the second half, I feel like it was like Ohio State in the third quarter. We just we got ahead, we got to 38-7, and we pretty much took our foot off the gas at that moment. Because once it went to 38-7, I think at that moment the backups went in. I think Devin Brown, the backup quarterback, he was in for maybe like I think 2 drives, and then Julian Sayin came in for the rest of the game. And Julian Sayin, I was actually surprised. He looked pretty good. I thought they were going to let him try to go down the field and get a touchdown. They were stalling out a little bit. I think the play calling, it was more of one of the moments where it's like, we're just going to just live to see the end of the day. We're not going to try to kill him. We're showing sportsmanship, I guess. And they tried to go to like more just minimal 2-yard, 3-yard little run plays where it's like they're not designed to go for home run shots. They're just designed to go get 2-3 yards. And Julian Sayin's throw, they were more like bubble screens, short passes. They weren't anything deep, which I'm kind of sad by because I want to see what he could do. I want to see if he can push the ball down the field because after Will Howard's gone, I don't trust Devin Brown to be the guy. I need to see what Julian's saying. These guys like Julian's saying, Aaron Nolan. I need to see what these guys can do. But getting back to this game, like I said, everybody played good on offense. Like I said, Will Howard, he wants that interception back. That was just a bad throw. He does not need to be making that throw. If he can clean that one up, he played it. This was probably his best game he played so far this year. Now looking at some of the stats, like I said, Will Howard played good. Devin Brown, in the time he was out there, he played good. Running the ball, we were good. 185 yards rushing. Could have been a little bit better compared to what we did in the past couple games. But obviously, those are bad teams. This is a better team, so the competition was a little bit more stiff. But still, 185 yards on the ground against a team like this, very good. When it comes to receiving, like I said, Jeremiah Smith went off. Emeka Buka finally got some touches. He was very good in this game. He was a little bit quiet in the earlier couple games, but he took off this game. Jacarno Tate got some touches in this game. Overall, I think it was a great performance from the offense. They just did their jobs. They did their jobs. It was a road game. You knew it was going to be tough. You knew you weren't going to have the crowd behind you. They were going to be screaming in your ear. I think the crowd from Michigan State was like loud from what I could see on the telecast. It was loud until I want to say maybe like the third-ish quarter, like beginning of the third quarter. At halftime, once it went to 24-7, when they went up to 31-7, I think everybody just started leaving at that point and it was done for. Now let's talk about the defense. The defense from Ohio State was good. Like I've been saying, bend but don't break defense. We see what these teams are going through. And one quote I saw from somebody, which was kind of funny on Twitter or X, they basically said the way Ohio State's team is described, and I've said it before, it's like a boa constrictor. They just constrict. That was my saying. I say they're like a boa constrictor. They're going to score points. They're going to stop you. But they're not going to do it in like big bunches to where it's like if you blink, all of a sudden it's like 21-0. You blink again, 49-0. They're not like that. They're going to slowly bleed you. Michigan was like that for the past couple years. But Michigan didn't really have the ability to hang a shit ton of points. They didn't want to hang a shit ton of points. Michigan had no problem winning a game 24-0, 17-0, if that was how it's going to be done. The quote I saw from somebody on Twitter, like I said, or the tweet that I saw, somebody basically said, Ohio State is the type of team to where it's like, they don't look like they're playing good. The other team thinks, we're actually playing pretty good. We're having a good game. The quarterback doesn't turn the ball over much. We're doing good. Our offense is keeping steady with what kind of Ohio State's doing. But then it's like you look up at the scoreboard and you're trailing by like 30 points. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? And that's just how Ohio State games go. For an Ohio State fan, it looks like they're not playing good. It looks like we're struggling a little bit. Like I said, the offense of the first half, it looks like everything just feels hard to come by. All the scores, it feels like we have to work really hard to get the ball in the end zone. But we get it done, and it happens. And somehow we look at the scoreboard at the very end of the game. It's like, man, we just killed them. Why did it not feel like we did that? But discussing the defense, like I said, Aiden Childs, the quarterback from Michigan State, he did good. I think he had a fumble and the interception, so he didn't do the greatest thing in the world. He just got sacked a good bit. I'm surprised the sack numbers aren't on here. But go down to Ohio State, I guess, to kind of find the sacks. They did good. 4 sacks. They were getting in the backfield quite a bit. They were stopping the run a good bit. I liked they were getting some tackles for loss as well. I mean, you can see right there, 7 tackles for loss. They were in the backfield quite a bit. 7 tackles for loss and 4 sacks is a very good outcome whenever you're playing a team like this with a running quarterback. Whenever it comes to Ohio State's defense, like I said, They were good. They stopped the run. They stopped the pass. And Ohio State's plan, I think, is what they've been saying, is they want to dominate the pass defense. They do not want to let you throw the ball. They want to suffocate you on that end. A bit of a problem whenever we allow a couple play action throws. There were a couple moments where they did play action. They rolled out the quarterback, Childs, and he had some open receivers down there, which was scaring me. Because the past couple years, that's what J.J. McCarthy and Michigan's offense, they were doing to us. And we need to get that shit fixed before the end of the season. And before you say, well, J.J. McCarthy isn't there, it doesn't matter. Michigan still runs the same type of offense. Now, other than the few, I would say, minute mistakes, we are looking good. We're starting to get the turnovers. Like I said, we need to get more interceptions, more fumbles. You got to punch that ball out. That's got to be a big sign that our big, like, attitude thing going into games where the defensive coordinator, Jim, knows he needs to kind of tell his guys, when that ball is getting carried and it's running and they're not holding onto it very well, take a shot, punch that shit out. Sure, we always tell you, just get them on the ground, tackle them, especially if they're like right there near the goal line for a touchdown or something, or they're right there near about to get the first down. If they're swinging that arm very loosely, take a chance. Two more things I want to say before I wrap it up. One, I think it was overall great performance by the team. I think they played good. Great road test. Next week they play Iowa. When it comes to what they're playing right now, at home, it feels like they got it locked down. On the road, that was the big thing I want to see, how they look. And they look good. All these new guys coming together, trying to play with each other. Figure out what everybody's weaknesses and strengths are. They played good. A good road test, and I like how they look. And second thing, can we never put a game on Peacock? Because watching the game on Peacock, do you know how many times I had to refresh the fucking stream? That fucking sucked. College football, get your shit together. Never put a game on Peacock. That shit was horrible. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree, disagree with anything I said? Do you think Ohio State played good, bad? Do you think Will Howard played good or bad? The defense good or bad? Whatever your opinion may be whenever it comes to the whole thing, if you're an Ohio State fan and you want to go ahead and leave a complete opinion down in the comment section down below, I've been more than welcome to kind of talk about the guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And you never forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second to post. Without further ado, this has been Dallas Sports. Have a great day. Peace.